Hello, and welcome to our Cerenade video.
In this video, we will show you how to create a custom report and also scheduling these custom reports so that they appear in your mailbox every month, week, and so forth. We will start off by making a basic custom report. From there, we will show you different layers you can add on this report. Now, to create this custom report, you must have the optional module Custom Reports.
Let's get started. Let us go to our homepage of the Caseworker portal. Let us click on the settings icon on the top right and select Administrative Tools. Once inside the Admin Tools page, you will click on Templates.
Now, to create a brand new report, you will click on the Add Report template located on the left. You are now inside the Custom Report Designer. The first thing we will want to do is give our report a name. We will then include a brief description to help you identify what type of report you will be running. Next, we will want to decide who has access to run this report, if you want all caseworkers, attorneys, paralegals, etc. Lastly, you will select if you want your clients to have access to view or run this report, whether it be an individual or a business client. Now that we've established who can run these reports, we will now go into designing the report. The first thing is you will want to do is set the criteria. In other words, this is you telling the system what info you are specifically looking for. If we leave the criteria blank, the system will not gather info from a specific section, but rather give a broad general search of all info located throughout the system. Since we are starting off by creating a simple report, we will leave this criteria blank to allow the system to gather info from all possible locations. Later in this video, we will show you how adding criteria can narrow down what you're looking for. For our first example, I will want to gather all emails from my individual clients, a pretty simple report to create. Since we are not adding criteria, we will go straight into the columns. The columns are what you want displayed on this report. When selecting a column, it is divided into 3 sections consisting of the file type, the file subtype, and the field name. For this column, I want the emails to be displayed. Under File Type, I will select Individual Client because it is under the individual client's profile that the email is located. Then, for the subtype, I will select General Info because their email is located in the General Info page of their client profile. Lastly, I will scroll down to the email and select it. Keep in mind, because we are running a report on our individual clients, this report will exclude your business clients. You may also run similar reports with business clients, and you can also set a criteria to have both individual clients and business client appear. For this report, I simply want a report for all my individual clients. Let us continue. Once I have this selected, I will want to dictate if I want it sorted out in descending or ascending fashion to finalize it. Once I've selected all these options, I will click on the test option to see what it looks like. The system should have now generated a report with email addresses. Now, if you want to add another info, such as the client's name, maybe even a phone number, we will click the Add Column button and create a column like the one we created for the emails. We will select Individual Client, General Info, and lastly, Client's first name. Add another column, select Individual Client, General Info, and select Client's last name. Finally, we will add another column, select Individual Client, General Info, and then select Cell Phone. If we click on Test, we will see that the report has been generated what we selected: the email, the first name, the last name, and the cell phone number. The possibilities of what you can add to your report are endless. Basically, much of the info you have on your profiles can be displayed on this report by simply adding new columns. You can also do something similar with info located in other sections, such as case info, billing, calendar, and so forth. Just as columns asking for client info, you would simply have to select the file type. In other words, where in the system is this info located? The subfile type. In other words, where within that file is that info located? And lastly, the field name, the piece of info you are looking for. Keep in mind, when you combine columns such as info from a case and columns asking for info from a client profile, The report will gather info from whoever you've set as a main party at the case level. Other parties tied to the case who are not chosen as a main party will be omitted on your report. Now, using our email example, let's say I want a report that lists what we mentioned above, but I also want to see what type of case process I am doing for this client. Because the case process is in the case profile itself, the system will take this into account and associate it with the main party you have set for the case. So, I will go to my file type, I will select case, I will select the file subtype as general info, and lastly, the field name I will select process. When I go to test this out, the system will generate the report with the case process my main client is doing, the email associated with the client, my main client's first name, last name, and their cell phone. If I want to add more things regarding the case or the client profile, I will proceed to repeat the same steps of adding new columns.
The last thing to show you in the column section before moving on to adding criteria is these columns can sum up your listings or give the average. This will come in handy when creating billing reports. Once you've added columns with info such as payments, totals, or other, rather than you going one by one adding up the quantities listed, you can select the export footer on the right to sum up or average the quantities. If selecting sum, for example, when I run this report in Excel format, I will see a new line created at the end with the sum amount.
Now that we've covered creating a simple report, we will move on to more advanced reporting involving adding criteria. As mentioned before, by omitting criteria, we are asking the system to run a general report of all files involved in your profiles. By adding criteria, we are asking the system to narrow down our search to find exact info. Let us continue using the example of gathering my client's email. If you remember, we made a general list asking for all my clients' emails. But what if I want to run a report where only clients with Gmail accounts appear? What if I want to gather all emails that contain Gmail and Yahoo accounts? What adding criteria does is it helps me zero down on info I want. So, for this example, I will want the system to generate a report with all Gmail accounts. I will click on Add Criteria, set the file type to Individual Client, set the file subtype to General Info, and set the field name to Email. Next to it is where I will tell the system what type of report I want. In the comparison, I have numerous choices ranging from equal to not equal to. Since I want all Gmail accounts, I will select Contains in my comparison because I want the system to gather the emails that contain the keyword Gmail. In the field value next to it, I will type out Gmail. Once I have established the criteria, I will click on Test, and we will see that the system has generated a report with all my Gmail accounts. As you can see, the system has the ability to zero down on info. Some of the other options you can do in the comparisons is equal to. With equal to, the field value next to it will only grab exact fields. So, if I were to leave @gmail.com and try to test it, it wouldn't gather anything because more than likely, you don't have clients with @gmail.com as their email. You would have a client's email as ray@gmail.com, for example, or jenny@gmail.com, for example. If I typed in ray@gmail.com, you would see the system pull up your client link to this email because it pulled the exact text and saw that there was a match to this client. Now, you may ask yourself, this report using equal to doesn't really tell me anything in this example. But think of other reports you can use this equal to option. Maybe I want to run a report that lists all my clients whose birth country is Mexico. Maybe I want to run a report on my cases that are new filings. This equal to selection will minimize to only show my selection, helping you zero down on info you want. Your next comparison options are start with and end with. Similar to when we created the report using contains, maybe you only know the first part of the desired criteria. Maybe you only know the ending. By typing the ending such as gmail.com, it will pull all possible matches to your search criteria. When we hit test, you will see that the report has gathered all that info for you. Your next comparisons are empty and non-empty. What these comparisons do is locate the desired field you are looking for, but rather than locate specific criteria such as our Gmail example in the previous section, this will gather a list of all accounts that have that specific section filled out. Or, gather the ones that have no info on that field. Depending on what type of report you're trying to conduct, this empty and non-empty comparison will help gather this information. Using our email examples, maybe you want to run a report where it gathers all profiles with emails to send out. When using not empty, it will only include those that have an email in that email field. Or maybe I want to see which profiles have that email field empty so I can add emails to their accounts. I'll use the isEmpty comparison to achieve my report, listing me all my clients who don't have an email in their profile and proceed from there. The last comparison is not equal to. If you remember from earlier, when selecting equal to, it helps gather exact info located in a field. With not equal to, the system will gather all info on a specific field minus what you typed. So, using an example with this comparison, maybe I want to run a report on my clients that list everyone's country of birth minus those born in Mexico. So if I set the criteria to not equal to and type Mexico in the field value, the system will generate that report for us, gathering clients from all over the world according to what you have in their country of birth minus Mexico. Now, the comparisons we just covered can be applied to numerous sections. However, there are additional comparisons when it comes to fields that have a date. If we try to create a report that asks for a date, such as when a case was created, we would put our file type as case, our sub-file type is general info, and the field value at creation date. If we open up our comparisons, we will notice new categories such as this week, this month, this quarter, the next 6 months, this year, today, yesterday, before today, less than X days before today, and more than X days before today. It's pretty straightforward. If we select one like this week, it will list all my cases I created this week. If I selected less than X days before today, it would ask me to input a number on the field value. From there, I would add the number signifying how many days. In both cases, I will hit the test button and see that the report has been generated. Also, keep in mind that this will come in handy when scheduling your reports. With custom reports, you can schedule these reports so that you can get your desired report emailed to you on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis. So, if you wanted to run a report listing all docket cases created this month, you would apply the criteria, including the comparison to this month, and proceed to schedule it. To schedule a report, you would simply go into the admin portal, and right next to the templates button, you will see this schedule report button. We will click on it and then find the blue button that says Add Scheduled Report. We will select the report we created, select the start date, the end date, the recurrence of the report, the format of the report, the subject of the email, and finally, your own email. Anyone you want CC'd and be CC'd, and lastly, any message you want to add on this email. Once you click Save, you will receive a scheduled report according to the criteria you've set. Now, we've shown you how to add a single layer of criteria, but you can also add multiple layers to better construct the report that you are looking for. Just as we applied the first criteria, we will also add a second criteria. Notice when we add a second criteria, a new box appears called the operator, which will give you the option of and also or. By selecting and, the report will use both criteria to narrow down your report results. In the situation of the emails, if I set a criteria of wanting all Gmail's account, and I create another criteria, maybe asking for all my DACA clients, by selecting and, the system will gather info based on both criterias. I will get a specific list of DACA clients who have Gmail accounts. Where or comes into play, using our email example, if I want to run a report with both Gmail's and Yahoo accounts, by selecting or, the system will grab both and make a list. If I had selected and, in this case, the system would not pull up anything because you do not have a client who has both Gmail and Yahoo accounts in their emails. More than likely, you have one or the other. By selecting or, the system grabs both and proceeds to making a report with both. Now, the very last thing with our criteria is the importance of these AND or functions in the operation. In our system, AND takes a preference over OR, meaning the system will graph two criteria binded by and gather that specific info over two criteria gathered by OR. This comes into play when you have maybe 3 or more criteria with operators. So if I said I want a criteria listing my DACA clients and another criteria asking for Gmail accounts, have that operator for those two as AND. Select a new criteria asking for Yahoo accounts and have its operator as OR. The system will take the preference of AND comparison before moving on to the OR comparison. Also, you can add parentheses over a group of items you want to take priority in the system gathering the info. Just like PEMDAS in math has you solving what's in the parentheses first, by adding them to a specific section of the criteria, the system will focus on that section first, applying the criteria you have chosen and then applying other criteria outside the parentheses. As I have mentioned earlier, these are only brief, simple examples of the type of reports you can construct. The possibilities and results are numerous. It's now up to you to design a report using the knowledge learned on this video.
This concludes our video on custom reports. Hit the subscribe button to be alerted when new videos come out and be informed of new features like this one. Thank you for watching.